A very good Friday evening. It's 4 o'clock here in Malaysia, and welcome to the Friday sessions on Cobra TV, right here on the Cobra Rugby Club Facebook and YouTube channel. As usual, we've got myself, Rat, as well as Dylan on the show. Thank you for constantly supporting us these last few months, ever since the MCO started, and it's really nice to have all sorts of dangerous people on the show, including some from overseas, and it's been quite a fun time getting to know a lot of people across not only Malaysia but some older legendary players as well, and officials, and one or two drunk ones. Really old ones.
It's always a learning experience. It's always a learning experience, I have to say.
Yeah, I tell you this: if you can get a 74-year-old drunk man on the show and get him to log on to our show, anything goes. Okay.
Are you saying the logging on is an accomplishment by itself?
Yes, it is. And then try talking with your ear like this, listening every time. That was fun.
And a classic view of his nose hair as well. So that's pretty.
Okay, right. Before we talk about the topic for today, of course, a few house announcements on our club. Of course, don't forget there's the lunch promo that's still happening at the bar and restaurant. That's happening between 12 and 2 p.m. Every single day except for Sunday. There is you can have a 10% discount on all food items. And you can also
limited service on Sunday from 3 o'clock onwards.
Yeah, well, that's in and out until otherwise, until I get a proper promo poster. So free ice lemon tea, of course, when you order one of our mains, as well as a lunch promo, 10% discount. So the Cobra Bar and Restaurant opening hours are from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Saturday. For inquiries, don't forget to call 012-212-7000. That's Mr. Boone. And selamat pagi, Botak Azli Kasim, as usual. Selamat pagi pula. Selamat petang, guys. Nice to have you on the show with us. As well as now, the trainings, of course. Trainings are on Tuesdays and Fridays from 5:30 p.m. onwards. And then Cobra's training from 4 p.m. Sundays. Do we still have under 6?
The under 6 were training with the under 7s, because we've only got a few under 6 at the moment, so they've started and they've been training with the under 7s. I think we've got some inquiries with some inquiries, but it's 5 years going up. I think that's the age that most of our coaches can manage for under 6. Any younger?
Okay, we don't have anyone younger at the moment, right?
There've been inquiries. That's the best part.
Oh, there've been inquiries. Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. Okay, now obviously, if some of you have already seen this poster, today's poster, it's really uncomfortable for some people, but I guess 2020 has been very strange for everyone. So usually you don't talk about your rivals, but we've invited our rivals. The title, of course, is Perennial, and we've invited our rivals to come to our platform. I find that funny. But, the fact that we're getting Royal Selangor Club, the dog, onto the Snake platform is an achievement in itself. So the fact that it's 2020 and people have moved on, many won't, many will never move on, but this is 2020. So let's talk about what they have organized, which I think is a really great thing to have, especially during this pandemic. And they've taken the initiative to do it. And kudos to them for doing so. I will talk about it because we do have one of their important people on the I would say the RSC management and coaching stuff.
just
So let's
wanna-
welcome him. And he's a very familiar face, of course, with the national team in the past as well. So hi Muhammad Muizuddin. You got something to say before I invite him on?
Yeah, no, because the
Forever hold your peace.
The word is perennial.
Yes.
Okay, for the number of years or the decades that have been being attached to Cobra, yeah, RSC has always been the it's like is the fierce rivals. But as time goes on, I'm looking like we do almost the same things. We play, we subscribe to the same values. We have almost all the issues. Like, but it's like Cain to Abel, or that sort of. It's a funny relationship,
Yeah, I know. It's just it's just, yeah, exactly. But let's go and invite him on anyway. Let's welcome Pidot to the show. Hi Pidot, how are you? He's smiling just now, laughing backstage while we were talking about him and the club.
Thank you for having us as a.
In case everyone's wondering, Pidot is the head coach. Can I say correct? Head coach.
Yep, head coach
for the Royal Selangor Club Dogs.
They even have one of our old players there as well.
Who?
You can't remember? I'm not going to mention any names. I was a convener when all that happened. So anyway,
shots fired, huh? That's the little salvo first.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I'm gonna go off for a bit, but I'm gonna leave our vice president to talk to you. If anything, I'll come in and say something.
Getting more bullets for me, yeah.
See you guys in a bit.
Okay, see you.
All right, Peter. We'll go straight into it, Peter, because I think
sure.
I think everyone knows that I think anyone in the rugby circuit knows your credentials as a rugby player, manager, coach, or in the rugby circuit. But I think
don't forget his same position, Same position.
Scrum half,
Scrum half, yes.
Scrum half. Okay, so there's 3 scrum halves on this show. But for your information, Peter, I like to play scrum half, but Naza always puts me at fly half. And I remember playing against RSC. Every time I play fly half, your number 8 is always the down that channel, down the 10 channel. Okay, anyway, Peter, let's go to it because we last Saturday Cobra played its first game at the RSC ground for the Rugby 15s. So talk us through it, what's because there's a lot of issues when it comes to MCO and then trying to get the teams together. Just talk us through how you came about thinking, what was the thought process to starting the friendly 15s, and then how hard was it was it hard to organize it, to get the teams together? So just talk us through it.
Yeah, I think because of the COVID situation, so everything has to be put on hold. So we only played, I think, the first game of Selangor League, and then we have to stop because of the lockdown and everything. So after we are allowed to start training again, and then we asked KRS, is there any league or are we gonna continue with the league? But I think there's not enough support from the teams from Selangor. So the only reason that we do all these friendly series is just to let the boys to play. So I've been training without games. Like, I think it's useless. You need to play.
Boring.
Yeah. The only reason is just to let the boys play.
Was it hard to get all the other teams together?
I think it's not really hard because we have our own feel. Even without the friendly series, all teams are contacting RSC just to play for the friendly. So I think it's better to have an organized friendly, so we can have like 10 weeks of regular rugby instead of like looking for opponent week by week, and then you can save a lot of money as well.
Then what was it? How does it like the SOPs? Was it difficult to get the approval? Was there any procedure or process to get approval from the local council, and anything that you need to adhere?
SOP, I think it's very easy for us because we are a close compound, so we are very easy to handle all the outsiders. So without the members only can enter the club, and anyone who wanted to enter only by us. So you need to submit the names. We can control the quantity of people that can come in for any game. That's very easy for us. And then the rest is OP to have to notify the nearest police station, and then to inform KRS that we're gonna have a friendly. I think they are all very supportive. I think the police came for every of our games so far, and so far there's no complaint or anything from them. So I think we are okay.
Unless there's a big crowd outside the fence lah.
Yeah, outside
Yeah.
the fence, it's not our part anymore, because it's outside of our boundary. That's
I was
why it's
watching
so
from
easy
outside
for
the fence. There's a gallery up there.
yeah.
That's
So we
good
cannot
fun.
do anything. It's outside of our compound. So yeah, it's not our problem anymore. Yeah.
I know earlier backstage you mentioned like the club, some of the players. You said a lot of local boys now. So just talk us, when or basically every club, everybody's recruiting players pretty much. How did you manage to organize and get a team together? Where the players were there from a rugby academy or your own academy, or sorry, not your own academy lah. I mean, as in it's all local. So how did you get your players?
So I think the current RSC is a new team. I think we started to restart the rugby section, I think 7 years ago. So we do actually have our own members that play rugby. So when we start the team, it's only like friends of our friends. Just invite, or if you want to play, just come for trial with us. And then I joined RSC. So I invited all my friends to play, whoever that semi-retired or a new boys that I coached before. So that's how I get all my players. I used to coach Uni 10. So I think most of the Uni 10 boys, after they graduated, they joined RSC.
I think Pidot,
They follow me
been a while
to
you're
RSC.
coaching. Like, there's a comment there by Adlan Sulaiman. Pidot makeup nampak cerah.
It's a technology, bro. Technology.
A beautification program.
Yes.
I think a lot of us are very happy that I'm quite thankful RSC organized this series. At least, I mean, organizing one-off friendlies is one thing, but to organize pretty much 8 teams into a rugby friendly series, I think that's quite a good thing that you're doing. I think everybody's hungry for some rugby. I know a lot of our young boys, we're new team, young boys, they're all hungry. But then, Rat. When Rat comes in, there's something he's got. Dia nak tanya.
No. I thought I'd be a bit more, diplomatic. Tell us a bit about the pool. We've got the pool here. So you got the teams: Pool A, RSC, Tsunami, Cobra, Koba, and Pool B, Tigers, Kelly, Staroba, SMS, All Boys. How how did you draw from the pool, and was it through lots or?
No, we actually like depends on the current situation of the club, So we cannot afford to put like a very strong team in one pool. So I think based on my knowledge and my observation, that's how we separate all the pool. So we have, I think the top 2 is like the finalists from last year, Tigers and KMC Tsunami, and then the rest I think is all about the same level.
Right. I got a question from Ashraf. How old are you, Pidot?
I'm old enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
yes. We're all old enough. And then another one asking Lukman Al Fahad. I said, "Are you married, Pidot?"
These are all my boys.
I know. So they like to. We get this all the time.
Yeah.
There is actually I do recall. I think I kept it somewhere. Or rather, Snake Eyes kept it. We don't just keep the Cobra players' photos. There's actually rugby players in general of you somewhere with. I'm in the past. There were photos of you with some female companions, but I think it's lost in somewhere. It's like, that's probably why I joined RSC, because RSC got a lot of masale. So anyway, I was just saying. So let's go back to the. No, don't worry. Dylan doesn't know. So
he's changing
Dylan
his color. His
understands.
skin changing color now. You know, it's like, when you say that, it's
You are
like
you are killing my market.
throwing a dummy.
Yeah. So the teams are there, and funnily enough, RSC and Cobra in the same group.
Yeah, I think it's a request from Mr. Noli.
Oh, okay. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. To keep us
So
away
if
from what?
if we
Staroba.
put separate pool, we might not get to play each other.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I think it's better we stay in the same pool, and then we for sure we're gonna play.
Okay, so this weekend, I mean, we had the first round of action. This is your team. Just to let people know, this is the RSC team at the moment, and that's the team that played last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Are you playing as a player coach, or are you just coaching nowadays?
Player coach.
Player
I was
coach,
in
okay.
the photo.
I know. That's why wondering whether you wanted
Player
to play or not.
coach. Yeah.
Still itchy lah.
Yeah,
Gatal
of
lah.
course. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
As
Even
long as I can still keep up with the young boys, I will play. I won't stop.
You should go on their Instagram. Their coach is schooling them with some side steps.
yeah, that's why. And then obviously the 4 teams that played last weekend was Cobra against was it Tsunami?
Cobra.
No, they
Oh,
played
against Cobra. Sorry, Cobra against Cobra, and then it was RSC against
The
KMC Tsunami, right? Okay, what's the schedule like for this weekend?
This weekend is SMS OB and Staroba. That one also very interesting to
Yes.
school all boys.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Kelly's and KL Tigers.
Ooh, well, that's gonna be one-sided.
I don't know.
Well, actually,
Kelly's
don't know.
quite good side. We played them I think a few weeks ago. We just win
so
by 2 or 3 points.
they've improved lah.
Yep.
Well, that's
They've
good
been
to
training.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Tigers, you don't know who do you expect because don't know whether any of the expats are around at the moment, but there are some from the schools, so the teachers are here. So, but we'll see lah. Okay, so what happens after So everyone will play 3 games each, correct?
3 games each. Yeah.
And then what happens after that? What's the
And
format
then
after that?
we cross for the ranking playoff. So the top
Right.
2 gonna play the cup semis, and the bottom 2 will go play for the plate semis.
Semis. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
And then the final.
so you're guaranteed
we have the ranking
4
at the end
games
of the
Guaranteed
series.
4
We get
games.
ranking 1 to 8. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you took over, how was the team? I mean, what was the state of the team when you said earlier you brought in boys from Uni 10 and all of that? Because with Royal Selangor Club, we know it's like our club. You have all these old faces who've been there for since I would say since the club started, but that's over 100 of years. There's some of the old coaches who've been there. I'll mention it. Michael Lai and all that.
Yeah.
What was the transition like, and how was it? Was it easy for him to let go?
I don't think so, because he is like very passionate about the club. So he would like to get involved. So now he's the manager of the team, and he still come for every training. Never miss a training, even though he's the manager now. So I think it's very hard for me also to replicate what he's been doing before. So I think it's a good challenge for me as well.
Yeah, because does he give you any advice about how to coach them, or does he now?
Yeah, of course. And I also will ask him also. Of course, he's the senior. I think he get more and more knowledge. So just ask anything that I think, if I don't know anything, just ask him. So how to cope with the boys or everything, how to get the boys to be more disciplined and all. So yeah, we have to ask the senior as well. They got more ilmu than us. But to change from the I think when I joined RSC, they are more like a social team.
Yeah.
So it's just to have a run on weekend and have a drink afterwards.
Yeah.
So when I joined in, I think it's a bit competitive. And some boys they really want to go for competitive rugby, and some are still still in the social kind of level.
In denial
To
lah, in
find,
denial.
to
You
find
still want to
the
play like
balance.
amateur rugby, yeah.
Yeah, to find the balance between the competitive rugby and the fun of rugby, that's very, very hard. Yeah.
Especially with a team like.
How are you
yeah.
keeping up
Sorry?
as a player coach? How do you keep up as a player coach?
As a player coach, I think I played just to guide the team and to just lead the team on the field. That's it. I cannot do more the physical work. All I'll let the boys do. I just be the voice on the field. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a scrum half. Do you see yourself when you play this game? When you're playing, do you see yourself putting yourself at fullback or any other positions?
Oh no, it's only scrum half for me.
That's asking, right?
I need my forwards to protect me.
All right. The Saya is saying, "Guten Morgen, gents." He's in Germany at the moment, so just woke up, I suppose, and they've started, I think, playing and training over there as well. Okay, cool. Again, so what happens next this weekend? So the other teams are playing on your grounds. What do you guys do in terms of where are you guys going to be training, or at least you're allowed to watch the game because are you members of the club, or what happens then?
Yeah, we are allowed to watch the game because we can enter the club because we are the member, but we are not allowed to be on the field. So we can hang out at the clubhouse or anywhere beside the field. So we need to the SOP.
So the social players will be happy lah because they'll be socializing.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason that they come to the club besides study.
Yeah.
But we do have a short fitness session in Bukit Kiara at 4 p.m. It's open to everyone to join. So just check our Instagram for the info. 4 p.m. Bukit Kiara, Taman Tun.
4 p.m.
And then you finish that, you can go to the club and have a refreshment.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Saturdays.
Okay, so let's quickly focus on before VIP lah bang. Wah, see, he say VIP lah bang.
Saya.
Ayo, so this Samoan lah, kacau lah. Hey, go back to sleep lah, saya. Okay, all right. So let's talk about last weekend's action. Obviously, you guys played Tsunami. This one, right? This is the game against Tsunami because I just saw that's not Tsunami.
This is Bukalaya.
yeah, I know. So that was your test match before the whole thing lah. What's let me start from there. Has the training given them this? It's not their first game, but has attendance been a factor for the team? Because that's so usually the case when with pre-season, some people cannot turn up, blah blah blah. But what is it like with the RSC?
So far, training is good. We got at least around 30 people that turn up for training. It's a good number for any club, I think, to get 30 people turn up for training. But the only problem is to get the key player to come down. Because everyone has a lot of other commitments like working and family. So I think that one is very, very hard to deal with, but we cannot do anything. So that's the only problem for us. The key players are busy with work and all.
One of the things with us, Pidot, is that we've gotten quite a few. There's quite a few boys that have come join us, but they are almost zero base. That means they are just fresh to the game of rugby. Oh, you see the note there now? Easy. So, what was it like, RSC? I'm sure that you received a lot of new players as well. What's their feedback? I mean, as in, how do you get them to transition? Was it easy for them to join in, to assimilate? Or is there a separate side that you have to build up?
I think most of the new players, I think they have a background of rugby, so they are not really fresh It's only very, very few that fresh, that without any rugby background. So we have started training, I think, in June. So I took that time to do all the basics. So hopefully they can gain a lot at that time. So, and then we have a few new members signing up as well after the PKP. So I guess all the new members, I think they're happy to play and to train at the club. That's why they sign up as a member. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you pretty much got some good numbers in training,
Yeah.
and you got all these games going on. So, is this the plan today, just to keep doing friendlies and training, or is there any other goals that you've set?
So far, I think we only I think 2020 is already gone. So the target for this year is just to play and to improve whatever that we can. We cannot set any target. So maybe next year, if the proper league, and then we're gonna set up a new target and we work for that target.
Is like, for some teams, when it comes to some of the major competitions, they will always look towards bringing in players. When we've brought in players in before, like Fiji, from Samoa, or from wherever lah. Is that something RSC will look to do, or is that within the policies for going, say, next year lah, when there's any major competitions?
Nah, I think we have talked about it. Like, do we need to bring like other outside player just for the league itself? But I think to look for the long term, it's not a very good solution, I think. So for now, we try to improve our own players, and at the same time, we try to get a good player to sign up as a member, because that the main thing is to get everyone to sign up as a Royal Selangor Club member.
Okay, now I'm going to let you do a sales pitch, Peter. When you join RSC, it's not just rugby and being a member. So what else if a player wants to come to RSC, what will be your sales pitch?
Yeah, you are if you sign up as a Royal Selangor Club member, you are not just a rugby section member. You can become a Royal Selangor Club member. So you can use all the facilities. We have a gym, we have a swimming pool, we have other sports section that if you wanna try and play, you can join their section. We got football, hockey, cricket, and all. So we have I think the oldest bar in Malaysia, in Dataran Merdeka. So I don't think everyone can have a drink and facing the Dataran Merdeka field. I think it's a privilege, one of the privilege, to become a Royal Selangor member. And I think for rugby part, we have rugby all year round. So I don't think not so many clubs that have rugby all year round. We won't stop. Even bulan puasa also, we're gonna have any touch session,
Wow.
You see, okay. I just wanna please tell Michael Lai that we let you guys promote the club on our page. Okay, I just want to say this. I rest my case, because there's always like, you guys always say this. We invited you onto the show, and we even put your poster and your logo all. And then they don't turn around and say that we don't care about you guys, because we care about rugby.
Always we care about each other. It's just the rivalry is one of the I think it's fun. I like the rivalry. It's not like we hate each other. It's only the sports rivalry.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, speaking of rivalry,
it all depends.
Any sniping run. Speaking of rivalry, so any fond memories? Any fond memories from your end? Maybe for the younger players to know what they've missed out and what they can look forward to.
No, I think what you spoke earlier, Dylan, because RSC and Cobra is actually the same thing. We have the same culture, we have the same approach of everything in rugby. So I think it's just, I don't know, it's like a siblings. We always fight each other for attention. I think for yeah.
Okay, has there been
The rugby wise, I think for the past decade, I think Cobra is like the better team, obviously. So I think we need to keep up from other aspect. I think being the coolness, being the most good looking team compared to Cobra.
Well, I can't argue, Pidot, considering Sai is calling you handsome always.
Yeah,
So,
see?
if our own player can say that, I don't know lah, That one, don't worry. Sai, I'll take you to Kangaroo Court some other time, man.
Yes.
Yes, I don't worry. We know all about it. It's all recorded already.
Yeah, VP, please take note on saya.
Snake eyes noted.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think just we're going to go to the break soon. Just maybe you want to share, it looks like you got a lot of some of your boys listening in. You want to share any memories as when you played against Cobra? No? Any key events ke, or maybe you nak cucuk some other players ke, apa dia buat ke?
No, I think I remember the last Super Series that we played. I think the agreement is a gentleman agreement. It's not about winning the series or not. Just want to let our boys to play. And I think the handshake agreement is that we don't want any national player to play, something like that. And then towards the end, when we play Cobra, everyone has turned out. So, oh, okay, even Nick is playing.
Nick's not even a national player anymore. He's like a coach.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's like
Nick, why are you playing? Oh, no, they've been forcing me to play. I don't know why.
Yeah, because he's like, it's like asking us to play again,
Yeah. That's one of the reason. But yeah, I'm okay. Who wants to lose against your rival?
No, I think the problem is last time they said you can't play your import players. So we didn't. And now you're telling us people who've been playing for the club for the longest time, you can't play your national player, but they were Cobra players since they first started. That was my problem with the management lah. No, you guys were okay. It's like saying, Pidot cannot play because he was a national player. That means half the country, half the teams that I had national players cannot play lah against RSC.
For the Super Series.
I know, but we were all, we all don't have enough players.
That's why for this year's series, I said, it's okay. We don't put any limitation. Just play. Anyone want to play, just play. Yeah.
The Fijians have gone back anyway, so for those boys, so we don't care. Okay. Anyway, before we carry on, before we get into the second half, for those of you who've always wanted to have any Cobra merchandise, so unfortunately we don't have RSC merchandise on our platform. But for those who'd like to find out more about our merchandise, let's have a look at our princess here. Cobra merchandise promo.
You can see that I'm wearing one of the t-shirts right now. This is the 3D snake. Okay, this is what we have in adult sizes and kid sizes as well. And here we have the Japan edition, World Cup Rugby for the Cobra Club. And we have this in black as well. And this is the back part of the t-shirt. It says Passion for Rugby in Japanese. Okay, this is a really cool one. Okay, and then next, so this is the big one. So this is the black one. Okay, next this is the Attack t-shirt. This is the female one. Okay, this comes in yellow and black. Okay, white, sorry. And this is the male one. Okay, this one also comes in white and yellow, right? Next is our 3D snake in yellow, what I'm wearing now, but this is in yellow. This is the last one, which is the Gila Stress t-shirt. So we also have a few items from Canterbury. Okay, this is the original Canterbury shorts, but we've personalized it to have our Cobra logo here on the shorts, on the jersey t-shirts. Okay, we also have in singlets and in polo shirts. Okay, we also have this is the snakelet drawstring bag. Okay, so this is very convenient for the Cobrats, all right, for the kids in the Cobrats. So all of you can get our merchandise, our T-shirts from our Facebook page. Just inquire for our Facebook page, or you can write to us at cobrarcwebsite@gmail.com.
Cobra merchandise promo.
And there we have it. So for those of you who'd like to find out more about our merchandise, do go to our Facebook page, go to the shops section of the platform, or you can email us at cobrarcwebsite@gmail.com. What about RSC products? They want to buy like shirts and all that. Hey, I'm being serious here. Don't laugh lah. What?
No, so
Like
we haven't got any merchandise yet for
Okay.
this year.
Yeah,
We are looking to come up with our own.
because you have to
Soon.
go through the committee and all that, right? Because it's because of the RSC, because it's a whole
Yes.
club, a whole big club.
Yep.
So the mammoth club of Malaysia. Okay, right. In terms of players, what's the age range? Who's the youngest and who's the oldest? In
The
your team?
youngest, we have a 17 years old player. Yes, that's the youngest, and the oldest, I think, is me lah, 38.
Oh, it's still quite a young team then. I mean,
Yeah,
we still
very,
have
very
Eugene, who's 50, wanting to play, and then there's me on the sideline, 48, still wanting, or maybe lah, but we're not allowed to lah, because they say it's like being a 16-year-old. You need to have like insurance. So
Yes.
we just look at it.
Medical clearance.
Yeah, I still remember playing in a friendly last year. I was sprinting, but the young guy, 20 years old, jogging next to me. Uncle, pass me the ball. He's my opposition. I was like, okay.
You thought you were sprinting lah.
Yeah, I thought I was sprinting lah. Scrum house, we like to sprint. I wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, it
I
goes
played
down.
the Super Series 2017.
Yeah. I remember. I was because I was watching it. So
Yeah, against,
the Super Series was good. You guys are doing a Super Series, which is really good. A bigger version of the Super Series.
Yeah.
You should like tell Kel Tigers to just use that trophy, so you don't have to make another one. And then save money lah.
No, we cannot have trophies. It's not a tournament. It's a friendly series.
Friendly.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
so
Okay,
I'm
never
not
mind.
gonna finally he's come on. So we've got
Yeah,
Mo
Mo.
finally, when we've already had like 3/4 of the show. Hi Mo, how are you? Can you hear? Boleh dengar? This is what Bluetooth lah. Can you hear?
Hi,
Okay.
I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. I followed, I read, but I didn't realize I had to scroll further down the screen to see what I needed to do.
Okay. You see, that's the
Sorry about
difference.
that.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. No need to be sorry. It's
With us, it's okay. It's just you just have to answer to RSC's kangaroo court lah. That one.
yeah, not us. We don't care.
Mo, it's two versus one just now, Mo.
No,
No.
believe you me, I am in Richard Dutton's big black book.
That's very easy to do. He used to be my boss, so when we first started, so very easy to be in a big black book because he's big anyway. So
Yeah,
right,
It seems
moving
like
along.
It seems like this book is very thick. Eh?
No lah, his book is quite small, but his memory lah. Quite big.
many
just on your
volumes,
name.
many volumes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah.
I think just for everyone, just in case lah, I'm sure all the RSC boys know. For Mo, what's your part coming in? Of course Pido is head coach. What's your part, Mo?
I am actually in the committee. I got involved. I got involved in the section going back to 2016, but actually got involved with the committee a year later, 2017. I think I heard earlier people talking about experienced people in the club. So I don't want to say age, I'd rather say experience. Hence Michael Lai, Richard Dutton, we have Mr. Bala Kandaya, So they're around still, and like the committee and the team has gone through that transition already. Now the committee is going through a transition.
Oh, okay, okay. Now,
Okay,
a quick
so-
question. Quick
tell
question.
me.
Obviously, I saw from your Facebook page, because I was forced to. I mean, I had to have a look. And you have a former player, a former member of the club. I think he's still a member. I used to play against him many when I was a kid. Alan Manan, who's now one of his company's the sponsor. Can you tell us a bit about that, Amo?
About Alan or about the sponsor?
Well, I know way too much about Alan because Ben Tok and I are Alan juniors. So let's talk about the sponsorship, yeah?
Okay, listen. The sponsorship, as far as what we had recently, the handing over of the shorts and socks, basically the official socks, shorts and socks, was really done quite hush-hush. It was an exchange between Richard and Alan. They sat down one day and thrashed it out. I think it took maybe about 2 hours to actually decide that this is on, but it took a further, according to Richard, 3 days to work out the agreement, because Alan needed all the details drawn out. I'm really, well, I don't want to say in the dark about it, but I believe geomatics is somehow associated with Alan. So that's how we got the sponsorship in. And we're thankful for it.
Well, it's good to have some kind of sponsorship, especially during this pandemic. When everyone is going through a hard time, and then some clubs don't even have the clubs don't even have a home. So it's nice to be able to, like I said, we're very thankful to have someone, an Alan Manan, who has been a stalwart of the club for a long time, and he still tries to, whenever he can, comes to watch a game or so, right? So when he's around, he'll stay for a bit lah. Or else he won't be around, and we'll have to tell him the news over WhatsApp
with a special tumbler, Alan.
Yeah. That special tumbler has been around since God knows when. Since I first started playing as well.
I've got a question for you, Mo, because when you said about when you mentioned the word transition, player transition, comedy transition, so that means there's quite a fair bit of things going on. Can you share with us, especially, I mean, like you said, there's been how basically there's a rugby resurgence that basically RSC is pretty much building from a certain foundation again. You're rebuilding to some extent. So what was the transition like, or what key things that you had to do? Were there any major obstacles? Can you share with us? Since you're the committee since 2017?
2017, yeah. Well, Richard's been there for about 10 years now, I think. I would imagine so.
No, Richard's been around a long time. He's been convener now. Not convener. No. I mean, the company also took over Jonah Jones when we were there. We took over in '98, but he's been there a long time, way more than 10 years. But when he was slimmer, also was there. Anyway.
Well, what I'm saying is the last couple of years when we came in after the previous committee.
Right.
So he's been there for some time now, and he's feeling the strain. But since 2017, I think Richard has solely carried the section in all aspects, in terms of helping out with the team, in terms of organizing events, scheduling, almost everything, every aspect, even writing the editorial in the Berita. Now with having to look at, we've got WhatsApp groups with section members and the rugby boys. So even to that extent, he has been handling it almost solo. So he's feeling the strain, and he's looking at identifying people who can replace very experienced committee that we have. So as far as the transition is, I think I am at the moment in the first line because I've come in since 2017. I've done a little bit of rejigging when I came in because the problem with what we have at Royal Selangor Club is archiving. We don't archive enough of our contents that we have in terms of, videotaping matches, photographs of team. We really sorely lack that. So when I came in, I looked at what we have. We don't have much. What we have is on the wall. That is it. So I have to look back to people like Alan, even Richard and Mike to find out more. What happened in the past? What happened in the 80s? I mean, I was part of the fraternity in the 80s, but I was not deeply involved because I'm a sportsman by nature, but I didn't play rugby. I played squash. So so there's a huge difference. But being a sportsman, we know what it takes to get there, to get to that level.
Yeah.
And I saw this as an opportunity for me to come in and develop the Selangor Club team again to what it was as I remembered it in the 80s. But with a difference, because back then we had all these white Masalay players who could play, they were good sized guys who carried the team very well those days. But the philosophy these days is we're looking at local. We're trying to have a little mix in races. I mean, we don't want to stick to just one. It's good to have a good mix. And hopefully from there we can build. We've got a good set of players now. I think a good set of core players. We've been together for a long time. So I think the job makes it, for Pidot, the job makes it easier because he's got leaders around him that can carry the game plan when they're out there in the field. So I'm in the first line. Hopefully we can identify other members that we feel is in the same thoughts that can come in and assist and develop the section further. So that's where we're at. I have taken over writing the editorial. I used to do all the photographs and video taping of every single match that we play. Thank goodness for that. I think this year some of the senior boys have stepped up to take own of what needs to be done. So we have, like Peter mentioned earlier, about developing the social media aspect, developing the content. So at least some of the boys are coming to help out with me, which is great.
When you mentioned archiving, sorry Mo, when you mentioned archiving, a lot of our Cobra players and members, we get worried because we do too good a job of taking pictures.
Wow.
Video. So we're scared half the time. Like on this show, Rashid was talking just now. You should see Pidot's face change color.
Even the rival also you archive.
Yeah, we have an unofficial news outlet called Snake Eyes, and it's been around since the 90s. So we used to have an internal newsletter called Snake Eyes. So that will be sent to all the usually the playing members, and the newsletter has now morphed into more of a part of the show. So we actually have a segment called
Oh no, it's Snake Eyes, Snake Eyes, Snake Eyes.
So this is what happens, and then a photo will come up, and then you don't know whether you get in trouble or not lah, because there's some very uncompromising pictures that goes onto our show. I suppose in some ways we are ahead of a lot of clubs because we do have the expertise of being able to do our own shows and stuff. But I always encourage. I mean, we always try and encourage all the other clubs to do it, and we're very open with sharing our expertise. So because I think it helps the rugby fraternity, because it's not about the money, it's about spreading the the knowledge, and we're
Yeah.
we're quite open of it. Even though people say we have rivalry, but that we keep that on the field. I think that should be the case, especially these days. Nowadays, people still, are being tense about it, but we're like, we don't have time for that.
I remember one game. I never played much against RSC. I was never good enough a rugby player to join, because whenever, like, I think Pidot, or I think whenever it's RSC, Cobra will try and stack try to put the best But so I never get a chance. But when I do get a chance, then I realize, I understand there's another intensity to the game. But then,
Yeah, I mean,
after, we play like we hated each other. Like we were out, and then after the game, we're all eating each other in
Yeah.
bangsa. Macam.
very different. You're like snake and dogs in the town.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I remember because my first ever big medal. Actually, no, that's a lie, because we won the league, the KRS league. But the best match I still remember was playing at Mindef in '96 and beating RSC lah. Because that was my, and I was I don't know, I quite
That was
young then
86.
also. 96.
96.
I'm not as I mean I'm old, but not that old. But I was already playing first team rugby lah.
You're not as experienced.
Yeah. I'm not as experienced. I only started the senior team at 1990. Okay, anyway, moving along.
Speaking of I think there's a question. When is the RSC versus Cobra game?
Yes, is that the last game of the pool? Probably, right.
Yeah, the last game of the pool.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh,
So that's
Very,
next
very interesting game.
next week.
Yeah.
So maybe we should try and see whether we can at least show it online somehow. Let's try and figure that one in the next week or so. That'll be an interesting game, just for all time's sakes. I think that can be done.
We can collaborate for the live streaming.
Yeah, we can actually show it live on our Cobra Rugby Live from our page if that's possible.
Yeah, we can
Actually, I know it's possible because we can do it, but it's just a matter of,
I can do live commentary for you as well. I did it for the Cobra.
We've got commentary as well, so we can have
For
an
free.
RSC commentary.
For
And
free is okay. You can do it anytime.
Of course, it will always be for free. But we can do it live with StreamYard. Actually, we can do it. So anyway, something we can discuss.
I got a question. Like Cobra, right? We've been around. We've all been around for some. The club has been around for decades. So I don't know. Orang terasa.
Yeah, three decades, bro.
I have this thing we've got a young core as well. Some young core players coming up. I mean, young core. We're trying to build from a foundation as well. What's it like in terms of retaining or passing on some of the traditions of the club? I mean, we can't pass all. You've got to figure out. But what's it like to sort of retain and pass on those values?
From my opinion, I leave it to all my senior players to show to all the newcomers. I think because the tradition has to be continued. We cannot let it die, because that's what the club means. So I try to encourage the senior just to do whatever that we did from last time. Even though I wasn't around last time, I think my players are more senior than me in the club, so they know more about the culture and the culture of the team. So they have to show to the young players. But now it's sometimes quite difficult to ask for the young boys to follow lah. You know lah why. But yeah, some of
Why?
the
Why?
Huh? Yeah, really?
No lah. No, the young boys now they like to wear underwear. It's very hard for
I
us
know. It's like
ask
there's
them
no
to
like.
go commando. They said that their thing is very precious, but it's not really.
Lack of discipline, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing is to have fun. It's not about bullying or be very strict with the
Yeah.
tradition and all. Just to have fun, to add more to the game,
More
not
more
just to come
chili,
and play
more
rugby.
chili to the sauce.
Yeah,
More
so
chili to the food.
you come and then you play rugby and then you go home. You can do it in any club. You cannot get
Yeah.
that in RSC. Yeah.
I know, but that's happening with the younger. We have the same problem. I mean, the younger generation is so different now because, because of this. So at the end of the day, they just and then they go and fight on social media. Like, I'm RSC, I'm Cobra. I'm like, come to the field, lah, train.
Yeah. Train, play against each other, and then hang out afterwards. Have a
Yeah,
drink.
Twitter,
Yeah.
I actually miss
Twitter
that. I mean,
warrior.
I miss just getting the older boys. Like, that's why we go and watch the games so we can see some old rivals and then sit down and just except for
Yeah.
some experienced guys who don't want to talk to us anymore, lah.
Yeah.
I think they want to talk to you, right?
No, not just me, bro. Trust me, I'm the mildest out of all the other guys. I
Wow.
come with me and Naza. Guess who they'll speak to? Me or Naza? See first,
Oh my. So
that's how bad they have been. The rest of us have moved on, like
yeah, Mo is
a
just
dec-
smiling. Yeah, just
a
smiling.
decade ago.
Knowingly.
You just imagine you couldn't not even probably a few years ago. See, you see, have fun means 30 people laugh and I feel one feels that's fun.
Wah,
See, I just mentioned terkeluar.
Sorry, coach. Sorry.
No wonder he's retired. No, that's what I mean. Like, this would never have happened, probably even as close as 5 years ago, because I think everyone was so, I think stuck in the past. And a lot of them, people think that we're stuck in the past, but we are the next wave of the club that just wants to, we want the old traditions back, but I think
Yeah.
we understand the younger generation is different. So, it's just having to mold them to
There are good values from the past. There are also bad values from the
Yes.
past. So we don't want them to come along. And then there's a lot of good things the young guys can teach us as well. So
yes, that's right.
we got to be open. Our minds have to stay open for all that. We can't.
Sure.
Very often, I remember when I started out, like, "Oh, you don't know anything. Just listen to me." Like, hang on.
Yeah.
So, my advice is no, don't make that same mistake.
That's usually after a few a few sessions, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think because the younger generation is a lot more savvy now. They're in front of they have a lot more information given to them, and they have a lot more access to info.
Are there any standouts in your setup right now? I mean, you don't have to name who. Any standouts within the team right now? Without Mo, or anybody within the committee that's standing out or
Standing out
on the
as in,
field?
well, I tell you what, Mike Lai is Mr. Consistent. Okay, he's still the standout guy. No two ways about it. I try to keep up with him. I am now trying to handle. I'm trying to take a lot of responsibilities away from him because there's just too many things that he does for the team. But he is still the standout guy. In fact, I think he always gets that special mention every year. That's Mike, right?
So special. Asia Rugby mentioned him.
Yeah.
That's right. But in terms of players, from the committee's point of view, I think there's a lot of changes in terms of attitude, especially when we came back from MCO. I saw the changes already back in November when we came back from RBSC 10th. They came back with a different in attitude. I could sense it even attending training, there was some level of excitement, because they did so well at RBSC 10s. And that they carried that momentum through. We had a couple of friendly matches before the KRS League started. We went on a, I mean, I don't put my foot in it, but we did go through a winning streak, which is rare for the team. And that momentum was carried through the KRS League when we won the first game, and then MCO came. So that kind of put paid to whatever momentum we had. And we were concerned because lockdown was for so long, we didn't know whether, to keep players occupied, to retain the players. That was an issue that we were trying to figure out how to do it. But the moment they lifted somewhat and allowed rugby to train, I think Pido worked on it quite quickly. Mike got involved, the committee got involved. We started pushing the players in. So amongst those players, I think the current leaders that Pido mentioned were standouts. Is people like Muiz, Mukris. These guys are still really standout. They've been with the club for years and they're leading by example, which is great. I think the committee is really proud of them. Then we've got people like Rizwan, who is, to me, Captain Fantastic. I don't know why Pidot is laughing because
he's saying Rizwan Anwar says, okay, see you guys tonight. So Captain Fantastic wants to meet at the club.
Maybe.
Well, he's not playing tomorrow, so I think he's allowed that line. Let's give him
very understanding committee.
Yeah. Well, that might go against Pidot. So these young, well, not so young, but they've been around the club. They are the standout guys to me.
How about you, Pidot? You got anything you want to just highlight? But be advised, like the players get big-headed. That's on you. Huh?
No, I think the first shout out should be to the committee. I think because they only think about the sport, about rugby. So they don't have any other agenda or something. They just want to see the boys train and play very well. So, and then their decision to have me as a head coach and to give me, like, I think 100% freedom to do whatever in the training, to pick the team and everything. I think I'm very happy with it. And then the players, yeah, they are still young team, but I can see that they change from the social team. They want to go to be a very competitive team. So hopefully we can maintain and we go further than whatever we are now.
Okay. All right. Okay. We've actually gone over time, but it's fine. Just to remind the audience out there, especially for those of you rugby fans, please to come by for the RSC 15s Rugby Friendly Series. Unfortunately, you have to stay outside, but the games every weekend from the 19th September to the 21st of November. So we've got some really good rugby action. Pardon? From
5:30 is kickoff time.
5:30 kickoffs. So there'll always be 2 games every weekend. These are the pool table for each side. Pool A will have Royal Selangor Clubs, the hosts, KMC, Tsunami, Cobra, and Koba. Pool B has KL Tigers, Kelly, Staroba, and SMS All Boys. Quick question: who is Koba?
Kisas All Boys.
Kisas All Boys. Okay.
Blank.
Okay. I don't know, but very nice to know. Okay, Kisas All Boys.
Some of the boys we're familiar with. they played.
Yeah. Along played for them.
Okay. Along played for them. Okay. So the father is probably trying to figure out who to. Yeah.
It's a battle of Majlis Ban Pemandaran.
Yeah, well, probably. Anyway, okay, but thank you very much, guys, for coming to the show. Thankfully, you finally found out to scroll down and get yourself on board. Yeah, technology is just like that, isn't it? But wish you guys luck in the following week, which is the RSC Cobra match, right?
Yep.
We're gonna play Cobra first.
No.
Oh, play
Cobra.
Cobra first. Oh, so warm up game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll all both have one win, one loss lah. Is that what he's trying to say? No, we don't know. Doesn't matter whether win or lose. Everyone will look forward to the final match.
We look forward to see you guys on the field in
So
3 weeks time.
basically, some of us have 2 weeks to train lah.
Yeah.
No way, I'm never gonna go there again. No, once a year, I think is enough already. More than enough. The knees can't take it anymore.
I'll put my name on the team list so I can get on the field and take some pictures, not to play.
Yeah.
No, but we're shooting a can lah. Officially there as staff, isn't it?
Well, if you guys do want to come, I think the SOP needs to. Part of the SOP is having to inform security. So we do have a list of media people, players. There's a bit of backlog when it comes to the entrance. So my advice to you is come in an hour before the match.
Yeah.
More than 1 hour, I think.
More than an hour.
2 hours. Okay. Yeah.
As long as you're allowed refreshments on the side of the field, that should be okay, right? From a member, of course. A member has to order.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just find more. If you ever in the club, just find more.
That's a good idea.
More money, more problems.
Yeah, of course you can invite the vice president to watch the game. To official, he's an official.
Yes.
See, the vice president's next to you.
Listen, why don't you guys drop by tomorrow?
See.
Let us know if you want. I'll clear with security. You guys can come in.
Are we playing tomorrow?
No, we're not.
You're not playing tomorrow.
We're not playing tomorrow.
2 weeks time.
In 2 weeks' time, yeah. I've been there too many times.
We'll work something out. Let's just have a bit of fun. Just add a bit of energy into the whole game, not just a regular 15s. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think you guys. Anyway, from one perennial club to another, you guys keep up the good work. Yeah,
same.
Thank you.
And again, once again, thank you very much. For those of you out there, don't forget to go to our page, also to the RSC pages. What days do you train, guys? Do you want to let the audience know? And what time do they start?
We start at 5:30.
Okay, so there you go. For those of you who'd like to nearer to RSC site, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. Yes.
Your Instagram handle. Just mention that.
It's at RSC Rugby.
Sorry?
At RSC Rugby.
At RSC Rugby. There we go. Simple. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. For those of you out there, thank you very much for watching us. There was like 1 or 2 laughters on laugh emojis, so it was going to be interesting. Okay, but from the rest of us here, have a great weekend. Please come by if you can. Come and watch from the outside, and hope from the outside to watch the games there if you're a supporter. Do follow the SOPs. It's very important because we still want to keep the sports up and running in this country as it is. So support rugby, support the SOP, and of course stay safe. From us, have a great weekend. From RSC, have a great weekend. And we'll see you again next time right here on Cobra TV. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.